Hello everyone, Steve here and welcome back to another video. So iTel released the P37 and P37 Pro smartphone 2 Saturdays ago, and in this video I'll be telling you 4 things I like about the phone and 3 other areas that could be better. So thank you again for watching Droid Africa, and this is our iTel P37 smartphone unboxing and review. On opening the box, you are greeted with a little paper box carrying a plastic-like case but without a SIM ejection pin. Then the P37. This is the gradient purple. There is also a gradient blue and a dark blue color as well. Then you have a pair of earbud, then USB 2.0 cable, and then a 5V1A charger. As for the missing SIM ejection pin, it is not included because the rear panel on the P37 is detachable. Under this panel, you are getting 3 independent card slots for dual nano SIM and an SD card, as well as the 5000 mAh battery. As for button and port layout, the left hand side is bare, but you get the usual power button and volume rockers on the right hand side, a 3.5mm audio jack overhead, and your audio receiver and USB 2.0 in the basement. Now the P37 Pro has a bigger 6.8 inches screen, but that model is just being listed online. As for the P37, there are 4 things I like about the phone, but before we jump onto that, I want to say a very big thank you to every 1 second spent watching our content, and if you're already one of our 500 subscribers, then you deserve this. Thank you. However, if you've not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider hitting the subscription button to push us to our current target of 1000 subscribers. Now, here are things I like about the P37. The first of them is the design and build quality. So you won't be getting a magnetic alloy or ceramic back panel on the P37. This is because the P37 is just 39,000 naira, not 390,000. And in spite of the fact that the rear panel is detachable, the device still feels very solid in the hand. The feedback from the volume rockers and power button is way better than what I saw on the Infinix Hot 10 Lite, which sells at a higher cost than the P37. I also love the way the rear fingerprint scanner feels pushed outward, at least not like as though you are putting your hand into a hole in order to unlock your phone. And yes, the scanner does work, and the device has Face ID too. Although pulling the red cover in order to access the SIM section could be tricky, sometimes requiring care in order not to get the back panel damaged. I wish iTel opted for a card trail instead of this old-fashioned, and that this rear loudspeaker is kept in the basement to prevent it from being muffled on surfaces. By the way, here is how the loudspeaker sounds. Then the second thing I like about the smartphone is the display. So the P37 sports a 6.5 inches screen with 720 by 1600 pixels that houses a notch overhead. Even though this is an entry-level smartphone, the display still looks sharp with punchy colors. You may need to tilt the screen at some angles when using the device under direct sunlight due to weaker brightness need, but considering that the P37 is priced under 40,000 naira, I have nothing to complain about here. Now the third thing I like about this device is the OS. So the OS simply goes by the name iTel UI, and it is based on Google Android 10 Go edition. Since iTel have same origin as Infinix and Tecno, the UI layout and experience is not much of a difference. But surprisingly, the UI on the P37 look a lot more polished and bloatware free than what you will find on the other 2 counterparts. Then the final thing I like about this device is the battery. iTel P37, right? Yes. You see, that P actually stands for power, but it is not power to do work, but power to endure longer usage. To achieve this, the P37 is giving a larger 5000 mAh battery, which does last really long. Since I started testing out the device, I've only charged it once, just to give you an idea of how the battery lasts. But only 5V1A charger is included in the box, and this slows down the charging pace. So those are some of the good stuff I like about the P37, but this does not mean the phone does not have its own issue, and here are some. Number 1, camera is less impressive than the price. Okay, so the camera on the P37 does produce social media ready images with vibrant colors, but the image quality is not on par with the price. I won't be surprised if this is a 5 megapixel lens interpolated into 8 megapixel. The camera interface even have manual mode where you can do manual focusing and control your ISO up to 1600, but video recording is capped only at 720p on both front and rear lens. Here are some camera samples from the P37. Another thing I don't like about this smartphone is the CPU. The chipset on the P37 is SC7731E, same CPU used on the Tecno Pop 5. This is my major turn off with the P37. The CPU is both old and weak, and that takes me to the last point. It does not support 4G LTE network, but only offer 3G only network. Gaming is still a possibility though, so long as you stay away from the likes of Call of Duty or say PUBG. So now the question is, does the specs of this phone justify the price? Well, I'll leave that to you to decide. Please share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. Although in my opinion, the Pro model seems to be more fairly priced than this standard model, and that is what I think you should go for. It has octa-core CPU, the display is larger at 6.8 inches, and most importantly, it supports 4G LTE network. So thank you for watching Droid Africa. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit that like button, leave me a comment in the comment section, and I will see you when I see you in the next one.